We are in Modern English School in Cairo, and I've just been observing some fantastic business studies lessons from Farida, and she's going to talk a little bit about the GST process and the benefits as she sees it, and maybe some tips as well which might help other GSTs, potential GSTs, get started. So first of all, why did you decide to do an international placement?
I think international placement just opens up your mind a lot more. It's obviously, I think for me, I really wanted to travel as well, but I wanted to mix and see different cultures, and I wanted to see a different way and approach to education, which the international opportunity really gave me a chance to do.
And how do you think you're benefiting having had a few weeks here professionally?
Professionally, on a professional basis, I think definitely it's nice to see the way how teachers and how people approach education in different countries. I mean, for example, in this school we've got British and American sections running concurrently, which is something we don't have in England at all. And also it's a different teaching methods and the way they do deal with different children, which you necessarily wouldn't get just looking in being in your domestic country.
And what opportunities do you think this will create for you as you develop your career?
In terms of development, I think I've definitely picked up skills that I probably wouldn't have got at home. For example, dealing with different children from different cultures, especially being in an international school where you have children that aren't necessarily from Egypt, but from all over the world, and incorporating all those different mixes into your class and catering to their abilities. And also, I think just in terms of the whole placement and the opportunity to teach abroad and the prospects that gives for your career as well is definitely something to think about.
Who would you recommend to do an international placement?
I think anyone can do an international placement. If you're up for the challenge, it's because it's tough. When you come to a country and you just arrive and you just look around and you think, where the hell are you and what's going on? But as long as you've got that drive and you know that's what you want to do and you stick through it, then I think anyone can do it. You've just got to be open-minded and give it a chance.
As far as the application process was concerned, did you find that difficult? What advice might you give to people looking to apply for?
I'd say definitely for the application process is to be sure why you want to do it, because when you apply, it's a lot of the questions that they ask you, and as long as you're clear about why you want to do it and why you'll benefit from it, then you shouldn't find the process too bad. It's obviously there is the paperwork to do, but that's with applying for anything. So I think definitely just know what you want and why you want to do it, and that should be fine.
Did you find the information that you needed reasonably accessible?
We had a talk, in my case we had a talk at university which was really good, and then at the end we had the opportunity to talk one-on-one with the people, and we've also got people working with GST in place in our school. So for example, my mentor at school knew what was going on, so I could go to her when I had problems, and also the director at our school, at our institute, also had information, so I could just email her when I wanted to.
And how do the expenses compare to the UK? If you were doing this placement in the UK, is it that much more expensive?
I would say, well, definitely doing a placement abroad, the cost of living is cheaper. Obviously, there's the initial cost of finding a place and the start-up cost, maybe just buying things that you would need around the home. But compared to the UK, it's a lot cheaper. And just getting around, you tend to spend less as well. Even transportation and things isn't that expensive. So it's definitely a benefit.
Some people fear that they may be out of contact with supervisors. Have you had enough feedback?
I wouldn't say that's a problem at all. At the end of the day, it's up to you to make the contact as well. It's a two-way process. So your supervisor will always check up on you, and I think as long as you reply back and you're in touch with them, then there would be no reason for them to neglect you or anything like that. And so I've had plenty of support.
And support from your colleagues in the school?
In the school has been amazing. Everyone, when you come as a student teacher, they appreciate the fact that you're a new teacher. Number one, that you're a new teacher, so you don't know anyone else here, and also the fact that you're a student teacher, they know that you need that support, and they will definitely provide it for you.
And lastly then, it's not all work and no play, is it? What else have you been able to do, or do you hope to do while you're here?
As you can probably see, I have a scar above my lip, which was from a trip to Dahab, which is a beach resort here in Egypt. So we've had the opportunity to go away to the beach. Also being in Cairo, I've got to visit the pyramids, and there's lots of opportunities to go abroad. There's always trips going on in school, even after school activities. So for example, I went horse riding by the pyramids, and there's the opportunity to explore, and you'll find that the people in school, the teachers in school, are always willing to take you out, so you're never lonely or by yourself.
And we should say the scar was from quad biking, not from being beaten up or mud.
No, don't worry, yes.
So, and you're still hoping to take even more of the culture of the country
Yeah,
and see
definitely. There's definitely a lot more I want to see before I go away. So I would probably give the advice, just factor in some time to have some fun as well. You've made the commitment, you've done the work, just balance it out as well. If you've come all this way, you might as well make the most of it.
And as the supervisor, I can say I've been incredibly impressed and really enjoyed the chance to come back to Egypt as well to do the supervision. Thank you very much, Farida.
Thanks.